Hey everyone, this is me, John Jacob Sims Player Smith, and sorry for the late delay in making this video. I've had The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy for since it came out now. I acquired it for free, but I had it for a few days, or since yesterday, and I've been trying out, experimenting, and I love this sim I made. Her name is Hattie Shepsut. So it's a play off Hatshepsut, a pharaoh in ancient Egyptian history, and I think she's beautiful. I want her to basically be a wannabe queen, essentially. But my idea with her is that she was raised by her Nana, or Nana, who is now deceased. But her Nana had constantly told her while she was growing up that she was descended from Egyptian pharaohs. So she grew up with this desire deeply ingrained in her to want to rule the land of Ondarian, or the world of Ondarian, where her family came from. So I gave Hattie the idealist trait, the adventurous trait, as well as the ambitious trait. I was going to give her the new social puppeteer aspiration that came in The Sims 4 Legacy or Royalty and Legacy, but I decided against it because when I tried playing with it, it just didn't fit the vibe. I wanted to go here like, yes, there's going to be some lying and secrets, but I kind of wanted to give her something a bit more interesting, so I went with Mount Kamarabi Sightseer. Like, I basically want to experiment with like how this pack works with other ones also. And I thought, big difference, Egypt, snowy Japan, or at least Mount Kamarabi, which is really snowy. But yeah, we're gonna move her into the world of Ondarion. And when I've played this before, I've played on this apartment here, the Bright Cliff Apartments, and I don't like them that much. And I could obviously move Hattie in there, but I'd rather not. So instead, what I'm gonna do, so that way she can still stay in Ondarion and not go to like some other desert place and make that our Egypt, so to speak, when this world is literally the best, closest part of Egypt. Like Dambel here, the neighborhood in Ondarion, is the closest thing we'll ever get to Egypt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat a little and do the free real estate cheat, so that way she can just buy this lot here, the San Kofa residence, which has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and is way outside our budget of 20,000. She would never afford it without this cheat, or at least not now, at least without this cheat. So yeah, they're gonna move in there, or Hattie is going to move in there, and it has the great acoustics trait, but that won't really matter. And yeah, it's an old luxurious mansion that belonged to a nobleman, and they redecorated it to its former glory, but in a more modern look, basically. So yeah, here we are, Sankofa Residence. Hattie has just moved in, and I love this world. Dambell especially. Like, I haven't explored a lot of the other parts of the world yet. Like, I've been to them in my game, but not like exclusively, like actually looked around the way I have in Dambell. I really love Dambell. It's either Dambell or Dombell, I don't know. I love the way this world looks. Is it really big looking? Yes. Is it filled with a lot of stuff you can do? A little, but you know, it's a nice little house and a nice little world, or neighborhood in a world, and it's the closest thing us Sims 4 players, unfortunately, will ever get to an Africa world, I'm pretty sure, because EA wants to be a little oasis. They all think it'll sell. But essentially, what we're going to do next is go ahead and add a throne, because in order for Hattie to join the noble career, she has to have a throne. But also, I found a suspicious note in the house, which I didn't know this house would already come with a suspicious note. So I definitely wanted Hattie to read that note, actually, to see what it said. And the note here says, The Whispers Journal, Note 5. The pirates of Verdamar have been demonstrably so fond of lemons that they cause repeated shortages of the yellow fruit throughout the history of the neighborhood. To this day, lemons are a valued and almost sacred food in Verdamar. And Verdamar is another neighborhood in the world of Ondarion. It's going to be so hard to like refer to Verdamar and Dambel and the other parts of this world as not other worlds but neighborhoods. My brain for some reason always wants to say world, especially because they look so different. Like it captures a lot of different vibes. But anyway, we'll have Hattie go over here and join the noble career so she can ascend to her royal roots like her Nana always told her she would. And thankfully, it's easy. Like, I could have tried doing it the hard way, and I have actually tried doing it the hard way. It's not worth it. It's just easier to get right into the noble career by, getting on this throne and getting in it right away. So for the noble career, you definitely have like daily tasks, but it's not like a job in the sense of where you have to set hours. It's more so you have different tasks every day. And if you do them, it helps build favor and helps build your career, your progress. But next we're going to found a dynasty for Hattie. So I'm going to give her the Pharaoh dynasty, or Pharaoh's legacy dynasty. For we are ascended from the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. Rise up, noble kings and queens. And I forget what else I wrote, but yeah, I wrote some stuff down. Basically, they like swordsmanship skill, writing skill, logic skill. They're bold, mysterious, and passionate. But yeah, Hattie has founded a new dynasty, and it's cool. Like, I really like the idea. So Hattie's next going to actually start looking at her own family history. Because I'm actually curious to see, or at least Hattie is curious to see, whether the stories her Nana told her growing up were actually true. Because while she was able to get into the noble career pretty darn easily, she doesn't have no evidence that her Nana's stories were true about them being descended from the pharaohs of Egypt. So Hattie's looking into it right now. Or Dame Hattie Dame Hattie Shepsut of Ondarion. And when she's looking here at the family tree and the evidence and the records and this cool little book there, what she's finding out is, oh, Nana might have been exaggerating because there's no evidence of us being descended from Egyptian royalty. She's just like, what? Oh my goodness. Oh, but I still want to be queen. I still want to be pharaoh. So Hattie's still going to find a way. She's determined. But it's going to take some time. It's not going to be something she can do right away. So she's going to have to go through the ranks of a noble. She's starting as a dame, level 1 of the noble career, a noble newcomer. But if she practices her speech in a mirror, reaches level 2 charisma skill, and drinks an excellent drink, that will help push her closer to level 2 of the noble career. And she's going to keep ascending those ranks until she's queen or pharaoh of Ondarion. So yeah, she's going to practice her speech. And then I actually want her to go outside into the world and actually practice sword fighting. Because sword fighting is really cool. Now, this is a part of a new skill in The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy called swordsmanship skill. And don't worry, there are more swords. That's just one of the swords, a wooden sword. Presumably, it's the type of sword you can only have access to if you have no swordsmanship skill and you're poor. So that's what Hattie has access to right now. And she's just training her swordsmanship skill by using this little dummy here. And yeah, she gets level 1 and she accidentally hurt her foot, which I imagine, even if it's a wooden sword, that's horribly painful. But it did not dampen her enthusiasm for swordsmanship skill. She still likes it. So next, Hattie, I think, will actually go visit the Zonbury tree, I think it's called. after we take a look at the world here, because the world is really big, like, or the neighborhood is really big, even though, like, I wanted it to. But yeah, so before she goes to the tree, actually, she's gonna try this new food called puff puff, which I've never heard of. I think it's an actual African sweet treat. So that sounds cool. It's deep fried sugary deliciousness. Maybe it's like a, I don't know what to describe it as, what would be similar off the top of my head, but I feel like I've had stuff like that. And oh, there was someone relevant who just passed by Hattie. But yeah, Hattie's gonna go eat her first. Oh, look at those two sword fighting. Her first African dish in this game, puff puff. And she's getting it from Max Greenberg, no less. Huh. Very authentic food here, I guess, ain't it? But yeah, she's gonna get that, and then after she eats the puff puff, I'm gonna have her go talk to the Zanbury tree to get, like, wisdom, or was it wisdom? Excuse me. It's either wisdom or dazzling power, something like that, from the Zanbury tree, from her ancestors. Yeah, see, she's going to ask, well, first she's going to view it, because it is actually possibly relevant to gameplay. Like, usually when I have Sims go to this tree and ask for the ancestors' blessings of any kind, it normally rejects them and says, you need to be in a confident mood and view this tree. And so we're doing it confident and viewing it, but I still don't think it's gonna work, which is really weird. But yeah, while we're waiting for this tree to deny Hattie again, she's going to go ahead and get the Danger Kid formative moment. I feel like that fits her personality, or at least what I want to go for with her personality. And then, yeah, she's gonna ask for, oh, it's unbound wealth. That's what she was gonna ask for, yeah. This is a voiceover, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, Hattie's gonna ask for the wealth, and the tree's gonna reject her. Her ancestors are not giving her that blessing. Says her voice can't seem to reach the ancestors, which is unfortunate for Hattie. She's just having no luck right now, but I think she's gonna have better luck in this gameplay video than I have in my other games for The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy, because I've actually filmed a few videos before now, but they were actually, like, I decided not to use them and to start again with something else, because I wanted to really tell a story here, and I feel like those were earlier videos where me still really exploring and not knowing well at all how to do stuff and how the systems work. So yeah, but look who Hattie found here. She found Romeo Monty, and Romeo Monty is married to Julie Monty, who used to be Juliet Cap, who was Romeo and Juliet, not from the play, but from The Sims 2, if you ever played it. And that was my first Sims game, was The Sims 2, and I can never play that game now, because The Sims 4 has unfortunately spoiled me in a multitude of ways. And it sounds ironic, but it has. I can always explain it in some other video. But The Sims 2 is always my favorite. Like, I just wish it could be in The Sims 4. I wish The Sims 2 itself could be in The Sims 4 somehow. Like, I loved that game. That was my favorite game. One of the first times I played The Sims 2 was with Romeo, Monty, and Juliet Cap while they were teenagers on a date together. And I remember my Uncle Jay walking in and seeing me playing, and he's like, John Jacob Sinclair Smith, not my real name, is on a dream date or something. And I was just like, oh, it made me a little embarrassed, but it was funny. But yeah, so she got to basically get along with and sort of befriend Romeo Monty. Maybe we'll do stuff with him later on. I don't know. I think it's cool. I was just happy to see him in this game, to see that he's actually married to Juliet and actually has a kid. So that's surprising. Like, I'm surprised that they've grown up, because in The Sims 2 they were teenagers. But I suppose it makes sense.
Cho Baba Harfanay. Glaive Narza.
And yeah, so Hattie's back home. She's going to continue
Wayo.
building up her charisma
Orbu.
skill because she's going to need level 2 in order
Nerve.
to get up there in the noble career. But one thing I noticed is that she's actually going to have some royal visitors coming by, which I don't know if they visit everyone or if they just visit nobles. I don't know. But anyone who moves in, but yeah, she's getting a royal welcome, and I appreciate it though, because my favorite family in this game so far, and the new Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy are here, the Durong family. And so Hattie's going to introduce herself to them, and they brought her some nice baked Alaska, which is a very luxurious treat to be bringing anyone in The Sims 4, frankly, because it's expensive, and I think it could be is an ingredient to bring back someone from the dead. I know ambrosia is. Is baked Alaska part of that too? Maybe. But yeah, this is Grand Duchess Jawara Durong. And she is going to sort of, she's a B-lister, so she's a celebrity. So she's not giving Hattie much of the time of day initially. Hattie has to really work hard on talking to her. And one thing I noticed, because I don't really try going out my way to befriend celebrities too often, is that if you spam them with exclaim adoration, or at least in Jawara's case, they really like that. It makes it much easier to befriend them. And once you befriend a celebrity, you can actually have any kind of interaction with them like a normal sim again. And that's what I definitely want. Like, Hattie, I think, looks up to Grand Duchess Jawara Durong. And she really wants to get close to her. Not only because she's like a celebrity and hero to her, but because it would really help her in the noble career. And so, yeah, she's going to really focus on getting those interactions going, just spamming the exclaim adoration. And so now they're friends. After we do a little time skip, yeah, they're hugging and they're friends. And they're going to actually work on becoming good friends soon, we see. And not only will they be good friends, they're also going to become, in a second, they're going to become best friends. And I think that's so sweet. Like, she has a best friend her first day, and I love that it's Grand Duchess Jawara Durong. And she asked Hattie to move in, and after a little bit of thinking in my head, because I had to really think about it, I was like, you know what? Sure. Why not? Let's move into the palace they own, because they practically do own a palace. It's that big. Now, I might do some renovation down the road, but I'm definitely not trying to do too much right now. I'm just going to move in and show off this beautiful house and her new roommates or found family, so to speak, for Hattie. So first off, we got Grand Duchess Jawara Durong. And she has 2 kids, 2 teenagers, and her dad, as well as some grandparents. And she's even related to Dark Dreamer. Like, I believe that's her second cousin. But yeah, her son is Lord Obi. Her daughter is Emirachi. Her father is Adekoya. Her mother is Imani. Her grandparents include those 2, whose names pass by too quickly. And she is related, like I said, to Darren and Dark Dreamer, which I thought was so cool because, you know, Dark Dreamer is also in The Sims 2, and so was Darren. Dark was also a teenager then. I would have never imagined him being a celebrity down the road or being related to royalty, but it would explain why Dirk's a celebrity. If he's related to royalty, that helps. But yeah, Grand Duchess Jawara Durong is ambitious, good, family-oriented, regal romancer, night owl, and gregarious. And she has the big happy family aspiration, which I think is wonderful. I also noticed she doesn't like woohooing yet. She has 2 kids, but she isn't married either, so I mean, they might be science babies for all I know. I didn't see anything about it in her memories, but how would I know? I don't think it shows up saying you had a science baby with someone. But yeah. Next, we'll look at Adekoya, and that's Jirara's father. And Adekoya Durong is a bookworm, ambitious, a formal noble hustler, which means he retired, a morning sim, a speed reader, and a perfectionist, as well as a muser, because he has the best-selling author aspiration. So maybe we'll have him write a book. That'd be kind of cool. Like, I'm really happy to be playing the Durong family. I want to control them. Ooh, ooh, wow, that's a good idea. I know what kind of book he can write, actually. Yeah, if you don't know, you'll know in the next part, maybe. But yeah, next we'll go over Lady Amarachi Durong, who wants to be head of her dynasty. That's one of her desires there, so maybe that'll happen in the future, since the Durong dynasty is, separate from the Pharaoh legacy dynasty. But yeah, Amarachi is a creative, an art lover, a night owl, creative visionary, and a muser. And she has the painter extraordinaire aspiration. And she is a teenager in high school, so be curious to see if I want to play around with that. Also, here's the Durong dynasty. They prioritize writing and painting, and they prioritize artistic, scholarly, and caring ideals. But they also are a philanthropic dynasty who have worked tirelessly over generations to bring Dambel into a golden age of flourishing arts and wealth. Their family words are spoken throughout Dambel, strength through union. Which does seem like a slogan, actually. It does. Very powerful political one, strength through union. Sort of cheesy, generic, but that's just because politicians have to make something memorable. And then little Lord Obi Durong here, he actually has the genius trait, as well as morning sim and high confidence, which I love. I think that's so cute. He's a genius, basically. He's a really smart kid. He'll want to be smart. But yeah, this is the house, though. The palace the Durong family live in. They have their own little ballroom, throne room, kitchen, dining room, sitting area, as well as multiple bedrooms. Now, one of the things I had to do was going to create a build mode here and edit Jirara's bedroom. Like, I decided this room over here would be Jirara's bedroom, and I decided she's going to share a bedroom with Hattie, but it's not going to be like they are sharing the same bed because I don't want them to be romantically interested in each other. Like, yes, it would be very easy for Hattie to rise up in the ranks of royalty if she does that, but there's a good reason why I do not want them to be romantically inclined with each other. Also, there's another suspicious note that I definitely want to remember to check out in the next part because we don't check it out in this one. I want to read what it says. But yeah, we're also adding this little family tree board here. But before we get to that, I wanted to make sure that Hattie drank an excellent drink. And her favorite drink apparently is an EAPA, which is fine. So yeah, she's gonna, before she passes out, because she is exhausted. It's like 4 a.m., don't blame her. A lot of people are up late. Emirachi is sitting at the bar talking to Hattie. And I think Hattie's gonna be like a cool auntie type figure. But yeah, so Hattie's done everything she needed to do for the noble career today. But now that people are starting to wind down and go to bed, Hattie's actually gonna, while no one's looking, forge the family tree to show that she is related to the Durong family. That she is the long lost sister of her best friend, her bestie, Jirara Durong. And because of that, it means that Jirara's mother, if we consult the family tree here, had a secret child who was Hattie. And also apparently died of cuckoo malfunction. They have 2 cuckoo clocks on this lot, by the way. So we'll have to explore those also. But yeah, that's not the only secret in this household. But yeah, Hattie forged her family tree. So now she's an honorary member of the Durong family unofficially through, lying, but the Durong family are going to believe it, and she's going to keep this a secret to help her progress through the noble career. But yeah, I'm really excited for the next part. I definitely want to do more with this character, Hattie, because I just love the name Hattie Shepsuit. I always want to say Hatshepsut, but like it's Hattie Shepsuit, not Hattie Hepshoot. Anyway, but yeah, so this is probably going to be the end of this video here. But in the next one, definitely am excited. And leave some ideas in comments, please. Like, actually, really, please leave a comment, like, or subscribe for this video because I definitely want to continue it, okay? All right. Well, I appreciate you all staying around and watching the video this long. If you have any ideas that you want to say in the comments for this future video in this series, let me know. I definitely want to make like a legacy type challenge here, multiple generations. But anyway, I'll see y'all later, okay? Bye-bye.